Welcome to Money Talks, a weekly feature on FM 93.5 The Berg and WMEG AM 740. Today we will talk just a little bit about money, maybe some of the things you can do with it, how it can impact your life, some ideas on financial planning and investing, and getting the most out of the money you hope to have, already have, or want to pass down. So sit back, relax, listen, and maybe take some notes, as you may have some questions by the time we're done with this edition of Money Talks. Hello, Dan Joss. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Welcome back to Money Talks.
Thank you.
So,
Glad to be here.
well, I'm glad to have you here, too. And since you're here, let's talk about maybe when people aren't here
Sure.
and how to prepare for that.
We can do that.
Okay.
I have some clients that give me funeral and burial arrangements, either letters or documents drafted by their attorneys to convey their wishes
Okay.
for end-of-life ceremonies.
Right. That's probably a good idea.
It is, because if you don't, then whoever is surviving will have to make those decisions under a whole new mindset and usually under a time pressure.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
best to talk about if you'd like to have verses read at your funeral or songs sung at a ceremony, and if you want that ceremony to be a happy occasion or a somber occasion or what you want, it's best to let people know about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll get what you get.
You get what you get. Okay. Of course, you probably can't complain too much about it.
You can't.
No.
But I'd consider it a gift to the
Okay.
survivors.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because if you go ahead and you let them know what your wishes are, with little things like the songs that you'd like to have sung, if you want a song sung, and
Who you want to be there?
who you want to be there and the tone of it all, letting them know what you wish is nice and can take a lot of the burden off of them. And with that said, my father has always said, a funeral isn't for the person who's died, it's for the people who are still there. And it's to help them make that adjustment. So I think probably keeping that in mind as you're making plans for your burial, so that it's done in accordance with the spirit that you had in life, but also being mindful of those who are still there.
And for some people, like veterans, they have certain benefits. And if you don't convey that you have those benefits, then they may not be actually a benefit to you.
That's a good point.
So a headstone or a flag or whatever those things are, the more information survivors have, the easier it will go for them.
Okay.
And they may be pressured into certain things too,
Right.
that you may not want or you may want. But if they're expecting that, then it'll go better.
Yeah. Yeah. Even probably down to things like, what kind of grave marker do you want? I think you can actually go ahead and design it, or you can go ahead, if you've purchased your plot, you can get a tombstone already set there. Probably just don't
Just
put on the
waiting,
dates. Yeah, but you can have the name on there and stuff, but you don't have to fill in the dates yet.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done that personally. And
I haven't either.
And I don't know that I'd recommend buying a plot because we move so much. But if you're inclined, then do so. At least convey those wishes. I have a client that said, I'd like to be buried at this place, and if not available, then this and this. So they've got some contingencies built into their plans.
Okay.
And that makes it easier.
Right. Yeah, because after you're buried, you're hopefully not moving again.
I wouldn't plan on it, but if you're in an urn and you may be moving.
Okay. There you go. So what other things might somebody want to contemplate as far as leaving some instructions? And is it odd to have a financial guy talking about these things?
I don't think it's odd. Maybe it is. It's a service I provide.
Well-
just to talk about what your wishes are, whether they're in life or afterlife.
Right.
But some of the decisions are where, what type of occasion do you want a funeral to be? A memorial service in one place and a funeral in another? I mean, sometimes people go to where the attendees are
Right.
that you want, and so they may have more than one service,
Okay.
open or closed, graveside or at a church or at the cemetery. I mean, there's different places to have services And so it's just kind of talking through those things. When we're in a better frame of mind.
Right. Okay.
And then at the end, hospice has people that help talk through those things too. But that's kind of a different phase in life. And
Yeah.
sooner the better when we talk about plans we want.
Right. Figuring it out and sharing those thoughts. And if you're going to be diligent and make a plan with your finances and have your money last you for your lifetime, and hopefully you leave a legacy that you can pass down and enhance the community, then doing those things that make it easier for your family as far as your final plans, not a bad idea.
And now with genealogy websites, I mean, some people have done all kinds of research and they have an idea of where their ancestors are at, and it's just another thing to talk about on a happy occasion.
Right. Well, good.
That's all I have.
All right. Well, I appreciate it very much, Dan Joss. Thanks for Burial Talks today on Money Talks.
You're welcome.
Money Talks is a weekly program presented for the listener's benefit and entertainment. It is provided at no cost to the listener, and the ideas, opinions, and comments are not to be construed as legal advice, tax advice, investment advice, or other advice specific to the listener. Listeners are encouraged to seek the advice of a licensed professional or other qualified party when dealing with financial, legal, tax, medical, investment, insurance, taxidermy, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, real estate, chiropractic, veterinary, oral hygiene, hot air ballooning, etc. We have given you some food for thought. Now, call a licensed professional such as Dan Joss at 757-903-2127. Thanks for listening, and remember, failing to plan is planning to fail.